Let's focus on the big story of the day. Times Now has accessed the biggest clincher in the Tirupati Laddu controversy. We have accessed documents that show that there were changes made by the previous TTD chairman to the tender norms. From a minimum turnover requirement of 250 crores, it was revised to a minimum turnover requirement of 150 crores. The big question is, why were tender rules changed? Interestingly, one of the firms which supplied ghee to the temple board and is now under scanner, AR Dairy, has an annual turnover of 244 crores, which is on record. The question therefore arises, were the tender norms changed to accommodate any particular firm which would otherwise have not been able to participate in the tender process? My colleague Shomit is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Shomit, this comes amid the concerns over whether there has been adulteration in the ghee. Now details coming in that the tender process had also been changed, that some of the norms had also been changed. What are the details? When were these changes made? Because it gave way for the current supplier, AR Dairy, to be brought in.
Well, that's true, Pratibha. And Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu has initially made these claims, and he stated that clearly mentioned in the notification released by the previous TTD board under the YSRCP regime, where they have altered two, clauses and removed one. And when it comes to these are the important clauses, and when it comes to this experience, then any firm which which can come forward and bid for the contract, at the same time later supply any ingredient to the TTD, then it should be having at least 3 years experience, and that has been reduced to 1 year. And when it comes to the annual turnout of the company, then they should be having at least, they should be showing at least 250 crores annual turnout, and that has been reduced to the 150 crores. And when it comes to the AR Dairy, this is facing the music now. This is, this has been supplying the adulterated ghee to the TTD, and their annual turnout is 244 crores. Whether the previous board didn't change the clauses or removed one of the clauses, then AR Dairy wouldn't have been the eligible vendor even for the bidding. So the floodgates were opened after changing the clauses, is what even the government is claiming.
But Shomit, is any clarification issued on why the process had been changed?
Well, Pratibha, former chairmen, they didn't respond on this matter yet, and we are waiting for the YSRCP's response. How they will be stating it, and what even the former EO, even he is not willing to respond on this matter, because now they also approached the High Court one side, the other side they also approached the Supreme Court. So one of the chairman, former chairman, didn't want to respond on this, but yes, other two who also served as one who served as chairman, the other one who served as the former EO, even they didn't respond on this as of now.
Okay, all right. Shomit, thank you for joining us with those details. So, were the tender processes changed deliberately? There are several questions that come to mind. Let's open this up. Pattabhi Ram Komareddy, national spokesperson of the TDP, on the broadcast with us. And so is Chandru Sundara Rama Sharma, national spokesperson of the YSRCP, joining us. Thank you for joining us. Good morning. Mr. Sharma, I want to ask you first. The questions continue to rise amid the grave allegations being made against the previous administration. Is the latest, which says that the tender process had also been tweaked. Is there any reason why it had been tweaked?
See, first now Mr. Chandrababu Naidu again trying to divert the attention from adulterated ghee used in the laddus to again tender. See, first I wanted to know whether Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, his son, Mr. Lokesh, and the executive officer, they already stated that the adulterated ghee is not used in the laddus. That means the statement given by Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is irresponsible and immature statement. Number one. Number two, today we are talking about the tender conditions and all this. I wanted to know this tender and whatever, even last August, this year, August, it appears Mr. Chandrababu Naidu Again, it is not Chandrababu Naidu. Mr. Lokesh clearly told that it is not the CM.
Okay.
It is the executive officer has to take the decision.
Let's leave out what has been said. You know, an investigation has been ordered. The issues of adulteration of the Tirupati Laddu, which is revered across the country. My question to you is, was the tender process changed in the previous administration? If yes, why?
See, if it is changed or what? Just this type of leakages and leaked news is not correct. It is Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is doing like this. He is an habitual, I mean with due respect, he is an habitual liar. He is just simply.
Okay, you can call him a habitual liar, but the facts in the case don't change, unfortunately. The AR Dairy's annual turnover is 244 crores. Until before, the tender process very clearly said 250 crores should be the annual turnover. It was changed. Then the tender was handed over to AR Dairy, and that's the reason why such questions are being asked.
No, you will allow us or not? Let me tell you are just not allowing.
I have only spoken to you. I have not even gone across to Mr. Pattabhi Ram.
Let me finish. That's my request. Let me finish. See, first of all, whether the tender is conditions are changed or not, what happened? The inquiry must be taken place. Not 5 years or this year. It must be inquired from 2014 to 19 and 19 to 24. I wanted to bring this one the nation must know. Mr. Chandrababu Naidu's regime or Chandrababu Naidu as a CM from 1995 to 2019, he never construct or built a single Venkateswar Swami temple. But Mr. Chandrababu Naidu has never taken care of the protection of people.
Okay. All right, we are diverting from the real issue here. Let me bring in Mr. Pattabhi Ram. Respond to that. He has been saying that the Chief Minister is making false allegations. Nothing has been proven. On the tender process as well, he says the YSRCP is ready to face a probe.
See, Pratibha, if Pratibha, see, I've listened to him for enough time.
Yes.
If someone is caught red-handed with documented evidence, it is but natural for them to get frustrated. So I can see that frustration in my friend from YSRCP. Because today, Times Now is showing documents on live television on the screen. Times Now is speaking with hard evidence in their hands. I have the same copy with me, Pratibha. This is the resolution number 371, which is signed by Y.V. Subbareddy himself. Resolution number 371, which had changed all the tender norms. The annual turnover was changed from 250 crore to 150 crore. As your bureau, Soumit, was saying, the experience criteria was changed. So all this was done only to facilitate companies like AR Foods. So this is a classic example of quid pro quo. We will change all the conditions as you want. You give us what we want. They always were interested in looting TTD. They were never interested in ensuring quality or preserving the sanctity of Lord Balaji. All the while they were just looting. And see the documented evidence today. So when you have hard evidence in our hands, I mean, what will the answer? I'll tell you one more thing. Y.V. Subbareddy is escaping the vigilance inquiry. Why is he not replying to the notices? 4 notices were served to him. Why is he not answering to those notices? Why is he escaping? Why had he filed a petition in the court asking to cancel the vigilance inquiry? So all this clearly indicates that Y.V. Subbareddy as chairman, after being caught red-handed, is trying to escape now. But that will not happen. We have formed a special investigation team under the leadership of an IG level officer, and these people should go behind bars. This is a sin. They have knowingly committed a grave sin, an unforgivable sin. And yesterday you will be surprised to know, Pratibha, the former Advocate General and the personal lawyer of Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy, he is comparing lard with gold. He is saying that pig fat is more valuable than gold. That is the comparison they are drawing today. I mean, they are pouring salt on the wounds of already wounded crores of Hindus across the globe.
Yes, the question being who's playing with the emotions of the Hindu devotees across the country. But I want to point out, Mr. Ramesh Sharma, that the document that has been mentioned very clearly mentions the agree that has been procured between August 2023 and July 2024. So you're saying that this is just plain lying by the TDP, but this is documentary evidence that's speaking about this particular period. The question being, was it deliberately changed or was it an oversight?
First, I request you, you have given a continuous time
Please
to
go
him.
on.
Like that, you please give me. Right? Just like don't interrupt me, request, my
Ask
request.
him to answer straight to the question.
Okay, Mr. Ramesh Sharma, continue. Yes.
See, first question, you are asking, you are showing one document, you are asking us to talk about that one. I am telling you, even in the August tender, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu has a reverse tendering process. He has given to one firm, and again, because they are the L2, L1, 530 rupees or something, and the second, what I am telling is, these documents, whether this document is correct or not, who has to prove? Why this type of documents are leaked out to the media and the discussions is going on? If Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is very sincere and honest, then let him ready for the CBI and ED inquiry, not his sit, because he already expressed and stated that there is some adulterated usage of ghee in the laddus. No, nobody. He is a lawyer. He is only appointed that seat. What is the sanctity of that one? So let him come forward, whether it is Supreme Court inquiry, by monitoring the Supreme Court inquiry or the CBI and ED inquiry. He must come forward first. And I wanted to say one thing. The nation must know what is the sanctity of Mr. Chandrababu Naidu's faith. I am telling you again, the 5 temples of Venkateswara Swami temple were built in Jagan Mohan Reddy's time. Not Chandrababu Naidu, he didn't build a single temple. I wanted to say one thing, you are in Delhi, the nearest Jammu. The Venkateswara Swami temple was built by Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy in Jammu. Not only in Jammu, in Amaravati, the capital city, what Mr. Chandrababu Naidu says, the biggest Venkateswara Swami temple was built by Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy. Even in Bhubaneswar, even in Visakhapatnam, even in Hyderabad.
Okay, Mr. Ramesh Sharma.
Again, I am telling you.
No, but you're deviating from what we're talking about. The matter pertains to the Tirupati Laddus. You're talking about the temples that have been built by each administration.
See, he criticized that Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy's religion and all. And another thing, I wanted to tell you one thing. We can't talk whatever you want.
Okay,
we wanted to talk what Mr. Chandrababu Naidu criticized Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy yesterday. I wanted to tell. He said that Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy is other religion, so he didn't take any care. So that I'm asking.
Okay, but you know, we're not talking about the political attacks that are taking place. We're only talking about the Tirupati Laddus because it pertains to the devotees. The political war of words continuing, yes, but we're only talking about whether there has been adulteration or not. You've raised questions on the authenticity of the document. You mentioned that the YSRCP is ready to face a probe. So I take across that point. We'll have to leave it at that. You know, the political attacks on the side, it is about the faith of the devotees, millions of devotees across the country, which is why we're keeping our focus only and only on the prasadam from the Tirupati temple. We will continue discussing that and are keeping our eye out for the probe that has been ordered in this regard as well, because it's very, very important, because it's about the emotions of the Hindu devotees. Unfortunately, we'll have to leave it at that. I'm thanking you both for joining us on the broadcast with your views.